Welcome everybody, my name is Fynn and in this video I'm going to show you how I created this little miniature. The video is supported by Nova3D, a company that creates the Bene4 3D printer, and they were so kind to support this video. And since I really like 3D printing and miniatures, I thought why not give it a try and test this whole thing out. And it was all possible thanks to you, for everyone who watches my videos and comments on my videos and got me to the point where I am right now, where someone approached me to support my video. So I owe all of you a huge thank you for your support. It really means a lot. And if you're interested in my first impression of the 3D printer, stick to the end of the video where we'll talk more about that, and let's get into the video. Thanks again a lot for your support. It's still a strange concept for me to sit here in my room by myself, working on my models and recording these videos, and then getting the feedback from you that you enjoy it, that it's helpful, and that it has an effect on your understanding of certain workflows of ZBrush and stuff. So I really appreciate all of you that follow my work. And yeah, the channel, I started the channel 8 years ago, or started uploading videos because I got into 3D because of videos like that. I watched a lot of time-lapse videos, I watched tutorials that were freely available on YouTube, and I learned only through these resources sculpting in the first place. So I wanted to give back, I wanted to share my process, and yeah, now we've come to a point where I hit the 20,000 subscriber mark, I think last week or the week before, which is pretty insane. Now we are here, and with this video I officially got my first sponsor, which is strange. I don't think I'm at the point now where I'm worth being sponsored, because I still have long periods of time where I can't upload because of my studies or personal stuff that is going on, which will change in the coming future. I will finish my studies by the end of July, so after that I'm free, and finally I'm free, and I can then start to focus more on creating content and helping more people to learn sculpting, and yeah, to just share more of what I learned and hope to bring more value to you. So this will come in the next month or two, and there's a big announcement at the end of the video, so stay tuned for that, which I'm really excited about. And yeah, but back to the sponsoring part. The Nova3D company, they approached me on a YouTube comment, which I almost overlooked because I didn't get a notification from YouTube, but I luckily went through all the comments again on the videos, which I really like to read. So thanks a lot to all of you that comment on my videos. It really means a lot, and I'm always happy to help you out. One day I scrolled through the comments, and then I saw the offer of Nova3D to get in touch and make a collaboration. And I wrote them, like I said, a month after they made the comment, and they still replied back, so fairly quickly, and the negotiation was really smooth. So the only requirement was to show the printer at the beginning and to show the result at the end, which you will see as well after the time-lapse video here. And yeah, it sounded good to me. The only thing that I personally get from the sponsoring is that I can keep the printer, which is pretty cool because I already got the elegoo Mars, and this is a great addition as well, and I'm really excited to test it out. Yeah, the sponsoring aspect, I'm not sure if I will do it in the future, but it's an opportunity for me to test it out and to see how this thing actually works, because I've never done it before. I don't know what consequences sponsoring has on my channel, or if it's good for you, if you like the content more, or if you feel that it's somehow making the channel less authentic because there's now a commercial aspect to it. But yeah, I wanted to try it out this time and see if it works, and I really wanted to get back into printing miniatures, so I had an excuse to do this model, the Ghoul that you're seeing right now. And it started as a 2D idea on paper. I drew a concept. I thought about what kind of model I wanted to do for the printer and what kind of miniature I wanted to have for myself as well. And I got more into sculpting female characters in the past weeks, so I wanted to create a female character as well, but this time a more monstrous type of female. So I decided on this undead ghoul creature here. There's a race called Ghoul Ghasts, and they're a more intelligent form of ghouls. And yeah, I had creepy pose in mind, and I wanted to practice my drawing again, so I sat down and drew a concept of her and used that as a base to start with the sculpting process. Since it's my own design, I still have the freedom to change the direction of the concept a little bit, but I wanted to keep the essence of the drawing, so the energy and the bloodthirst in her expression. And that's how I decided to start with that project. Since the end result is aimed at a very, very small scale, I had the luxury not to go into too much detail, since it won't be visible anyways. So focusing on the big shapes and the big muscle groups, which was a lot of fun because, yeah, you get a lot of stuff done really quickly when you don't have to go into the really fine details. Yeah, so keeping everything as smooth as possible. And when I add details, I only added details so they were visible at a larger distance. Because I always had in mind that the most viewed angle will be from above, and from like 30 centimeters away or even further away. Let me talk a little bit about the process and how I approached the whole character, since it's a complete full body character and not only a head sculpt that I normally do. As you have seen in the beginning, I blocked out everything with really simple shapes and kept all the poly groups separated, so I still had the freedom to change placement and the proportions of individual parts really easy, and sometimes subdivided individual parts just to get a bit more definition on that part. And yeah, made sure to go through the whole body first before I lost myself into the details, so I had a solid foundation to build the rest of the character on. In the past, I started immediately with the details on the face and fleshed out the face before I even thought about adding the rest of the body. And then it was kind of a hassle to bring the body to the level of the head. And I lost motivation along the way, and yeah, it's not a good order to do things, to work through individual parts and bring it to a final stage before you move on to the next one. So I would really recommend to try to get an even level of the whole project first, and then dive into the details later. So everything is planned out, there are no big pitfalls that you haven't thought about before, but instead having a solid foundation, you know what you get into, and you have a clear roadmap of what you have to do, which is sometimes a bit tricky to define for yourself what the scope of the project really is. And yeah, it helps to keep things in perspective, to manage your time better and stuff like that. So I went through the blocking phase with that in mind, and then I got into the details of the face and blocked out the hair and the ears. And once I had that done, I zero meshed the whole model, projected all the details again, and then I did something that I haven't done that often before for just a sculpt. I brought it into Maya and put a quick rig on it. I used Gear, which is an auto rig tool, freely available, so if you're interested in that, check out the description for link. And it's a really easy tool to use to get a basic biped rig going really fast. So I threw that in there, put all the controllers in place, and then built the rig from there. And I wanted to post the character in that way because my plan is to do multiple poses for that character, change her expressions, and yeah, have a bit more variety in the storytelling of that character. That's why I decided to rig the character, to really quickly make new poses and test things out, which helped me in this model as well, since being able to pose my model with the proper rig really helps me to get a more dynamic pose and not be frustrated by masking and rotation tools of normal posing that I would do in ZBrush. So that really helped, and I think I will do it in the future as well for other miniatures, since it really helps to speed up the posing process, especially when I do multiple versions of the same character. This is something that I wanted to try out, and it worked very well. After I posted the model from Maya, I imported back the low-res model into ZBrush, added a little bit more details like the cloth and the arm, the ripped off arm, and yeah, then it was time to throw the model into Cheetahbox and add the supports. And I followed some tutorials from 3D Printing Pro. I put a link down in the description, and he has some really great resources on getting proper prints, and he has all the little tips and tricks. Once I had all my supports in place, I had to print it out on my new printer. And this is the final result of the miniature. I put some high-res images here on the screen right now for you, so you can see the details better. And as you can see, the result itself is really good. I printed it on, I think, 0.035 layer height, and yeah, it's an amazing quality. I used the resin that they sent me with the printer, together with the printer. So the setup was fairly straightforward, and then I prepared the file and wanted to send it to the printer, but I realized that they use a not so common file format, CWS to be precise, and it's not compatible with Cheetahbox, which I don't like that much. I hope they will change that in the future, that you can export models directly from Cheetahbox to that printer, and then it would make things a lot easier, since there are more resources available out there, and the plugins that I used didn't quite work. So I had to export the supported mesh from Cheetahbox into their own slicer, which is called Nova Maker, and then had to export it out onto the printer. And I think this workflow can still be improved, but the quality of the printer itself, as you can see, is pretty good. And for the price point, it's comparable to the other 3D printers out there. And owning elegoo Mars myself, I think there's a slight increase in quality compared to the elegoo Mars. I think for me the details are a lot sharper, and yeah, so I'm quite satisfied with the print result. And I put some links down in the description for the printer, so if you're interested in that, check it out, as well as check out the other links and resources I put down below, like 3D Printing Pro, who was amazing with his tutorials on Cheetahbox and how to prepare your 3D prints. So if you're interested in the whole process, definitely check him out. He's an awesome dude. And now to the announcement at the end of the video that I teased in the beginning. I will start live streaming starting this Sunday, the 14th of June. and I'm really excited about it. I want to do my first sculpt in Blender with you guys, and yeah, head down the road of getting into the Blender community and trying this crazy software out and see how it compares to ZBrush and how I can apply my workflow that I developed in ZBrush into Blender and maybe enhance it in some ways. So I'm really looking forward to that. Check out the description for links to my Twitch schedule, and I will make another notification in YouTube as well, so I will stream on both platforms. And yeah, I'm really excited to meet you all live and interact with you more. And yeah, thanks a lot for watching until the end of the video, and I will see you guys in the next one.